my name is Carmen. Today we have a reading for you about somebody who has been in the past a little bit too focused on helping others and maybe got distracted from their own goals or their own situation. But we have improvement in somebody's financial department or in terms of your money. And this is connected to the fact that you've been taking a little bit more time for yourself and not as focused on what everybody else needs, which is what you need for yourself. So doesn't necessarily mean that the divine feminine has to be a woman. It's just that you are taking care of yourself. And I love that for you. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. Happy Friday. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box along with more information on how to become a member, as well as how to find one of my homemade soy candles. My Etsy shop is linked in that description box as well. Hello, Erin. Hello, Amir. How are we doing today? All right, let's dive in. I think we will start with, we're gonna go with the Dragon's Tarot. What else do we have? We have the Fool in the reverse and the Nine of Swords. So it does feel like there's been a misstep. Whoever I'm reading for, you've had to rebuild after dealing with somebody who took money from you or siphoned it over time. People who may even be described as like an energy vampire or were codependent upon you. You've had to deal with those issues or find a way to reallocate your time, energy, and perhaps actual money on what you need for yourself. So with the Three of Pentacles, we do have a focus on being more selective or ensuring that you're not dealing with people who are self-absorbed, right? Thank you, Erin. Happy Friday, Laverne. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? Exactly, Robert. I hope you're having a good one. What else do we have? Queen of Swords in the reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. There has been someone who is a bit negative or says things that are not helpful in terms of your confidence or your success, your ability to focus on the things that you need to focus on. But because you have distanced yourself from this person, this Wheel of Fortune is coming through to say your situation is improving. Maybe you denied helping this person out with a loan. Maybe you've moved out. Maybe you have decided to get a different job or even move into a different city or state. But the choices that you've made have caused there to be a break from this negative energy and more focus is placed on you. Yes. Aw, sending you protective energy, Rachel. I hope this is your reading. So there's a positive change in your finances, and a lot of this has to do with your being able to protect yourself from somebody who has not great karma. And this person had impacted your ability to draw in the abundance that you are meant to have in your life. So with that Six of Pentacles in the reverse, it's like you were sleeping on an air mattress with a leak. You know, you go to bed and you're like, okay, this isn't great, but it'll work. And then in the morning you wake up and it's just like completely deflated. This person was doing that to your finances. Four of Swords and Death. But you have made a change or you have transitioned away from this, and that negative energy is no longer going to be impacting your finances. It does help, doesn't it, Erin? We have the Hanged Man in the reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. So there's going to be, it's like you're being freed from whatever was holding you back from making this money. We have the Queen of Pentacles as, you know, that energy of stability. Six of Chalices, or the Six of Cups. And the Sun. I love this. Very bright, happy energy coming through. It's like you're feeling reinvigorated, or things are coming easier to you. There's a shift, you can feel it, and it inspires you to push further. I guess you could call it like a second wind. So it enables you to push through whatever has been challenging and appreciate that things are changing for the better. You have good karma coming in. Justice. Ooh. Okay, I couldn't remember what it was on my shirt, but this is the Hermit. Which works, because I do feel like you're discovering a new path for yourself. Ace of Wands and the King of Cups. So yes, you are seen as somebody who is loving and caring, emotionally mature, but you've also had to like extend your definition or add on to it that being loving and caring towards others is important, but it shouldn't be at the at like your own sacrifice. You shouldn't always have to give up what you want in order to take care of somebody who, I don't feel like this is your child. You know, you have a responsibility to do that for a child, but this is someone who has been asking too much of you, or someone who has been blocking things for you because they like seeing you in a slightly disadvantaged situation. But the time for elevating above that is here. Four of Wands. It's like a promotion. Hello, Redbeard. How we doing? Exactly. All right, hold on. I'm going to do just a little bit more daylight because it seems a little bit dark in here. I'm still getting used to the light, okay, guys? Like, I'm picky about the lighting in my videos, and I realize that I'm probably a little bit too picky. Let's go with the Touchstone Tarot, shall we? Yeah, I was looking at the weather app, and it was projecting 99 next week. Gross. I don't like it. I think I'll just hide inside all day. Oh, I'm sorry, Robert. Is that a problem? Hello, 999. How are you doing? What else do we have? Two of Swords. Queen of Swords. Six of Cups in the reverse, clarifying the Six of Cups. So when I see the Queen of Swords, I see Queen Mary, who is the elder sister of Queen Elizabeth I. Some referred to her as Bloody Mary. But she had quite the tumultuous connection with her younger sister. I don't know that I can really blame her because, of course, her mother, Anne Boleyn, Elizabeth I's mother was Anne Boleyn, right? Supplanted or replaced Mary's mother before Mary's mother had passed away. So that could create some tension between sisters, right? Doesn't have to be a sibling, but there's someone here who has felt competitive or frustrated by your situation. And even if they were not consciously aware of sending this negative energy, there's been this questionable, like almost like I want to see you not do as well, because I feel like we're compared, or I feel like people expect certain things of me and not of you. Hello, Vaccinator. Happy Friday. Thank you. I hope you get what you want. Yes, I think you're right, Erin. 999, feel free to put your request in a super chat. I do personal questions after the general reading. And that would be in about 25 minutes. Page of Coins or the Page of Pentacles. A new beginning. A new investment. But the reason that you're able to improve your money is because you acknowledge or you recognize that someone has this competitive energy or is trying to cause some issues for you, and you change things up. It could be as simple as, I'm not going to tell you what my focus is. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going for a promotion. Or I'm not going to tell you that I'm setting aside a little bit of money. Because I feel like there is some judgment that comes from you, or I feel like you are comparing us. The shift or the change that you make, the decision to withhold some of this information about your profession or your goals, it's helpful. And here we have a Four of Wands, clarifying the other Four of Wands. So it's time for your money to improve. I love that for you. All right, let's get a few from, this is the Jack-O-Lantern Tarot. Hello, Delinia, how are you doing? Oh, that's great, Erin. If you're a Vikings fan, then you know how to weather disappointment. What else? Ten of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So yes, it's been a bit challenging or difficult for you lately. You may have felt like you started some new venture, maybe even a new job, or you thought things were getting better for your finances and then they weren't. A little bit of a false start, but now things are actually moving forward for you. A lot of this has to do with making sure that there isn't someone here who is codependent on you that shouldn't be, or that there isn't somebody here who knows about your goals and wishes ill upon them. Hello, Jamaica. Hello, April. How are you doing? Sorry, I'm from Minneapolis and actually lived fairly close to where the Vikings have their training facility, or used to. And I think they even started going to breakfast where my parents used to love to go to breakfast, so that's kind of funny. I always got a little bit more into Iowa Hawkeye football than the Vikings. Granted, they're known as the Heart Attack Hawks, so not much better in terms of disappointment. Hello, Gab. Happy Friday. How are we doing today? Thank you for the tip. Future and vibes. L and me. I got you. That is half the battle. Hello, Mark. How are you doing? Lobster? How dare you talk about lobster? It's not fair. Although I did have salmon for dinner, so I'm not too mad about it. April, I hope you have some fun weekend plans. So we have the Three of Cups and the Fool. There are people who are talking about you. There are people who are whispering or trying to figure out, like, what are you plotting? What are you changing? What are you focused on? Let them talk. Let them guess. You will know if people should be aware of your plans or have the right intentions when they ask you about your plans. Hello, Suvik. Happy Friday. Current feelings. Satarupa. If I propose, how will Satarupa react? I've added that for you. Thank you, Suvik. And we're at about 16 minutes. So about 20 minutes, maybe 19 minutes before I start the personals. Two of Swords and the Sun. There is a decision that is approaching you, Divine Feminine. Again, doesn't mean that you have to be a woman. You're finding a way to balance how you want to treat others and being there for others, maybe even helping people. Hey, I bought some groceries. Would you like to come over and eat? Or hey, like, I can drive this time since you drove last time, whatever it might be. You're finding the right balance, and it enables you to get what you want or to feel more like self-sufficient or stable. But you have to make sure that you have the right people along for the party. You can't invite somebody who wants to see you fail. They don't deserve to be at your table if that's their goal. But we have the Nine of Cups and the Six of Wands following the Sun card, which is like amazing energy. It's enlightened energy, it's happy, it's getting what you want and being successful. And with the Seven of Swords in the reverse, it's in part because you are not giving information to people that would prefer to see you fail. You know how to, be a little reserved if you need to be. Oh, you too, Erin. It does, doesn't it? It could be because I'm like right next to the internet thing. In my last place, the internet like device was through a wall. So that may have impacted it slightly. Whereas here it's like literally like 4 feet that way. And it's right next to the window, which is good. So we have this potentially surprising improvement for your finances. And I want you to be focused on being positive when you think about that financial situation, because you do have powerful energy. You may be drawing in financial struggle because it's what you've been accustomed to. So I need you to be focused on picturing things getting better. What would it look like if I had an extra $1,000 per month? Or what would it be like if, I finally paid off the car and then I had this available each month? Focus on the positive. Do not expect things to be repeating or in that same energy, or you will make it happen. And you can also see my cute, see those trunks right there? That's where I keep the, cardboard boxes for the tarot decks. Aren't they adorable? Happy Friday. What's up, funny? Hello, Betty Boop. I hope you're having a good one. Hello, Rob. How's your day? We have the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups because you are drawing in loving energy and hopeful energy. And in part, it's because you are being more selective or making sure that you don't have friendships or romantic interests in your life that would like to see you stagnant. There's forward movement here with the Six of Swords. healing from previous situations, and for some of you, a brand new offer. You might be getting a new job, or you might just have a promotion or getting paid at a better rate. Maybe they change the commission structure and it works out perfectly for you, but you got some good stuff coming your way. I need you to believe in it though, okay? No space for negativity here, okay? This is the Witch's Tarot. Let's see what else we've got for you. Exactly. What else do we have, please? Two of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. For many of you, there is a person here who sees more value in your work than you originally expected. So for example, this could be a boss or someone that you work closely with who initially may have been a little bit harsh or critical of your work, and now they're seeing you in a different light. Now they're recognizing this is somebody who could do a lot, or this is someone who could make a significant change happen. Hello, Kaiser. How are you doing today? Happy Friday. I am indeed. Feel free to do a super chat for a question. I'm about 15 minutes away from doing those. Thank you, Rachel. Yes. Abundance to all of you. I'm wishing for that. So this Two of Pentacles, homie's literally being handed some cash, you guys. So keep your hands out. Be ready to accept the cash. Don't worry, I don't think you have to be that ripped in order to do better financially, but the Two of Pentacles is about stability. And in large part, this is because you see things differently, but this Hanged Man could also be a boss that is seeing you as more valuable than they did in the past. Hence, for some of you, getting that promotion, right? They are. This one can be a little bit like fixated on the physical body. The Strength card in this tarot deck is, I always have to cover it. It's very letting it all hang out. And then also the Horned one, which would be, I think that's the Devil. So we have the Prince of Wands or the Knight of Wands and the Empress. You are about to level up, and the Empress, remember, is associated with that Divine Feminine card we had at the beginning. You do not have to be a woman to be a Divine Feminine. You could be a man who has a very great balance between the feminine and the masculine. You could be a woman who has a great balance between those two. But the Empress is somebody who knows how to build their own empire, and that's what I want for you, okay? Hello, Matt. Happy Friday. Yes, exactly. Valuable indeed, Redbeard. You too. Thank you, Kaiser. Let me add that for you. What's Erica's true current thoughts and feelings? And feelings for me. You're a Scorpio, huh? And intentions towards me. I've added that for you. Thank you, Kaiser. Thank you for being a member, Funny. I appreciate you. One of my favorite things about this channel is how frequently you all send positive energy to each other. I love whether it's abundant energy or supportive, healing energy. I love when you all are trying to leverage that ability to be there for each other. So thank you for doing that. So we have the Queen of Pentacles, again, which talks about that financial stability and talks about that ability to move forward. to create a new situation and improve upon the finances, to have a greater sense of independence after dealing with a little bit of a challenge financially with that Five of Pentacles. Someone sees increased value in you. Someone sees the potential. Seven of Swords in the reverse. A lot of this has to do with the fact that you are extremely honest, or you are able to get to the heart of the matter. But your integrity is standing out as one of the things that's drawing in that abundance for you. Eight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, where some people may have felt like the path that you are following would take too much time or wouldn't get the results that they would like. They may have given up, right? You're willing to actually do the hard work. There are a lot of jobs out there that you can be reasonably good at if you're just kind of like doing what you need to, like 60, 75%, but you give 100%, and that's why you haven't walked away and someone is recognizing your skills. You sure can, Matt. We have the Four of Swords, the Seeker, and the Six of Pentacles. The Seeker, by the way, would be the Hermit, like my shirt. You're getting things set up the way they need to be after a period of healing. You may have walked away, like I said, from friends, maybe even someone in your family or a previous romantic relationship, but this is part of why you're getting a gain. This is part of why your money is improving. The stars. I love that. So I have to like block the boobies here. Do I have them? Okay. But look at that. You're getting what you want. This is wish fulfillment and being on the right path. I love that for you. All right. Let's see what else we've got. How much time do we have? I feel like we need an oracle. Yes, this is the right one. This is Voyage of the Soul. Yes. Oh, that's perfect, Rachel. Yes, it is. And pets are allowed here, so perhaps I can get another cat soon. For those of you that don't know, I have Hambone's paw print up here. Kind of hard to see, but he's there. And I still have his favorite toy. So hopefully another black cat in my future. We'll see. So we have intuition, innate perception, instinct, clairsentience, and extrasensory. Rely on your intuition. Are there going to be times where you doubt it? Absolutely. But the more you leverage it, the more you believe in it, the stronger that it gets. And somebody is recognizing that you have innate talent, that you have a skill set, a sense of dedication, and it's paying off the way that it was supposed to. They're picking up on your energy, but you're also drawing in this improvement for your finances. Flow, breath, effortless, glide, easy, and calm, and celebrate. So things start to feel easier for you. They work towards the goals that you want or the outcomes that you want, and soon you'll be celebrating because you have what you have been working towards. Perhaps it's a new title, perhaps it's a new car, perhaps it's paying off some debt or some bill that you really wanted to be done with. Hello, cool girl. Happy Friday. Am I going to get promoted this year? I'm adding that for you. I sure hope so, but we'll see what the cards have to say. And thank you. What else do we have? Wow, such beautiful cards for you today. I love this. Ethereal, heavenly, angelic, airy, mermaids, fantasy, and daydream. It's so important. She's like diving into the water. I don't know if you can see it as well when it's upside down, but it's so important for you to appreciate and protect that magical side of yourself. Yeah, people might think you're a little bit weird, but you also have this protection from, I think it's an ancestor that has passed on. They want to see you be successful, in part because for many of you, this is someone who wanted to do well at a specific skill or pursuit and they were not able to. Maybe they passed away before they could have. Maybe they were limited by their gender or their age. Maybe they were not looked at as skilled. But it's like somebody is rooting for you in part because they're kind of like living vicariously through you. I'm one of those that likes to watch shows about ghosts, and there is, oh gosh, what's her name? Kim Russo. She helps, I think sometimes it's celebrities and sometimes it's normal people. I think it was Taye Diggs' episode where he was talking about being on Broadway and feeling like when he was really ill, somebody kind of like stepped in for him and helped him to complete the performance the way that he needed to. And she was like, yeah, that wasn't you. Like, you did it, but that was somebody else who was like singing through you, basically. There's someone here who's like wanting to see you do especially well because they wanted that for themselves and they see you realizing their dreams. We have joy, serotonin, rush, happiness, excitement, and euphoria. And this is coming on the heels of you learning some difficult lessons or going through a dark night of the soul. So this is very much so that like light at the end of the tunnel kind of energy. All right, let's get a few from, this is the Tarot Familiars. It has kind of similar art as this t-shirt, so I feel like it's the right choice. Yes, exactly. That's why we like you, though. Hello, Imported. Happy Friday. How are we doing today? What else do we have? The World. A chapter is ending. A new chapter is beginning. And you are closer to what you want. Seven of Swords. Be cautious of people who will tell you that you cannot succeed in what you want. These are individuals, or this person is thinking about what they're capable of when they tell you what you can't do. We all have varying levels of skill or ability, and they don't know what they're talking about when they tell you that you can't make it. So disregard it. Don't let them define your skill set or your capabilities, your aptitude. Knight of Wands, because I see you being able to outpace them. I see you being able to complete, you know, running that mile or that marathon. They might be jealous, and in part it's because they haven't been able to dedicate themselves the way that you have, or they haven't been able to heal from some of the problems that they had. So there's action being taken to get you where you are meant to be, and it feels like something that you've waited for a really long time, but it's finally here. Hello, guess who? How are you doing? Imported, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, but you know, I'll take second place if that's where I am on your entertainment list. Let's see. I feel like we need the Zodiac fortune telling cards, and then we're going to start on those personal readings, okay? What else do we have for this group of folks that are about to have better money? What else? Your advice is appreciated. You are loved by real people. Be careful and avoid a loss. Something is told to you which you must not believe. That's this person who tells you that you can't achieve something. Watch me. Hold my beer. They don't know what they're talking about. So don't let someone disparage your goals. You have a few trustworthy friends and one unexpected enemy. This is the person who's like, you can't do that. No one's ever done that. Of course you can't do that. Well, yeah, everything in the history of man and woman has at some point been not achieved by anyone ever. And then someone did it. It's like when someone said, that's a made-up word. They all are. You are loved by all who come into contact with you. You're an inspiration. You help people raise their vibration. As a result of that, there are going to be some people who are like haters, right? That maybe get a little jealous. I'm so glad. I hope it's for you, April. Oh, that's fair. All right, let's dive into personal questions. We're gonna use the Blood Moon Tarot. Oh my gosh, you guys, I keep forgetting I have a brand new tarot deck that I haven't shown you yet. I'll do that on my next reading, but it's the Zombie Tarot. I'm pretty excited about it. All right, so we have Gab, and then Subik, and then Kaiser, and then Cool Girl. And thank you for liking and subscribing, by the way. All right, so for Gab, we have, what are the, well, let me just do like a little general reading. You kind of phrased it similar to yesterday. Anything that Gab needs to know. We have the Hanged Man, the Queen of Skins, which is the Queen of Wands. And Temperance. So you have a very strong ability to manifest at this time, Gab. It's important for you to make sure that you're seeing things the way that they really are. If you need a little bit of a reality check, or you need to, like, you know, glance in the mirror a little bit or do some journaling, go get grounded, please do that, because I see you being able to pull in what you want for yourself, and I want you to be aware of that. But I see you being able to create or recreate balance in your life after a period of frustration or struggle. With the Four of Dreams or Four of Swords in the reverse, it's interesting because he's like upside down in the card. This is saying it's important to, when you go through that healing, adjust your perspective as well. Because it's like you get through a difficult thing and you're still seeing things or seeing yourself as they were in the past. I need you to update that, right? It's like updating the software. All right, so what about future and vibes for Al and Gab, please? Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, Six of Songs, which is the Six of Cups. Look at how beautiful this card is. So there's been a change here. Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Honey in the reverse. Is this Al's energy? No, this is your energy. So there's a shift here. It's like you're going through some sort of transformation or transition, and you haven't got your grounding yet. There's a risk here that when you catch your footing, you say something in a way that is a little bit offensive or frustrating for Al. So I want you to be very cautious with your wording, because it's almost like you change things for the better in your life, and it makes Al question, like, am I good enough for you? Like, are you going to decide that because you fix this or because this is improving for you, then I don't have like a seat at your table anymore, or I'm not good enough, right? Five of Skins or Five of Wands in the reverse. So there's a little bit of almost like jealousy. Like I'm looking at this as I don't know if I can be what you need or give you the life that you want. So should I even try? Is there someone else that you would prefer now? I'm getting like a little bit of insecurity or self-sabotage from Al. Is Al working on this? No. This is like the crux of the relationship here. As you work on yourself, will Al also address the insecurity or the self-sabotaging behaviors? Because with that devil, see how we have someone who's looking into the mirror and it's causing grief? This is somebody who's realizing, man, you're working on yourself. I guess I have to do something or I'm not going to be like good enough for you. Yes, good advice imported. You're welcome, Rachel. I'm not here to find someone to date, but I hope you find someone great. Hello, JR. How we doing? So that seems hopeful, Gab, but it's dependent upon Al being able to address this insecurity. I would just make sure that the way that you communicate when you have that conversation, presumably, you know, in the kind of near future, that you choose your words carefully because there's something here that could potentially make Al feel like I'm not good enough now, right? All right, let's see what we've got for Suvik. Suvik, we're gonna use the Tattoo Tarot for you. So for Suvik, what are the current feelings that Sadarupa has for Suvik, please? How does Sadarupa currently feel about Suvik? How does Sadarupa feel about Suvik? I won't lie, this is a little challenging. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse, and the Two of Cups in the reverse. Anger, frustration, irritation, or even depression. Does Sadarupa still have love for Suvik? Yes, but there seems to be something that makes Sadarupa feel like this isn't going to work out. Why does it feel like you don't understand me or that you don't want to make things work? There's a sense of betrayal. Hanged Man in the reverse. Like something has changed between the two of us, and I don't know if you're willing to work on it. And if Suvik were to propose, how would Sadarupa react, please? It would, that's interesting. It would address some of these fears or frustrations, like, oh, okay, so you do choose me. Perhaps there's some insecurity or concern regarding family. But this is someone who would look at that as, okay, well, I guess maybe then we do have a chance. What would it look like if we got married? How would that work out? What would the future be like? And would you be more emotionally available? So Sadarupa wants to be able to feel more connected, but at this point feels depressed. So there's a need for more communication or connection if you want to have that happy marriage. Hello, Jonathan. How are you doing? Hello, Sapphire. How we doing? Happy Friday. Any advice for me for the next 3 months? I've added that for you. Thank you, Sapphire. Hello, Dana. How are we doing? General message from Spirit. I got you. Thank you. All right, so Suvik, I'm wishing you luck. Let's see what we've got for Kaiser. We're gonna go with the Miracle Tarot for you. I'm glad to hear that, Sapphire. Hello, Alex. How are we doing today? What are Erica's true current thoughts and feelings for Kaiser right now? Ace of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Hermit. There's a shift happening, a greater awareness or openness to the connection. This is the only Ace of Swords I have where it's like the sword is going through a rose, which to me adds a little bit of romantic energy, right? Hello, Travis. How we doing? Happy Friday. Am I or am I not open for receiving? I've added that for you. Thank you, Travis. So we've got a greater self-awareness, which I feel is enabling a greater connection or emotional vulnerability. Feeling like there is wisdom in your connection, but not knowing how to approach it the right way. What do I do to honor this love? So it kind of feels like we have Erica getting more accustomed to being emotionally available. Even if you felt like this person knew how to communicate their emotions before, this is like, I'm going to be more vulnerable, or I'm going to be more in touch with my own feelings, because I don't feel like Erica had the best of role models in terms of how to be in a happy, healthy connection. But now with this Ace of Rings or Ace of Pentacles, we have someone who's like, okay, I think I have the ticket now. I think I know how to approach this differently. Hello, Carrie. How we doing? Anything else regarding thoughts and feelings for Kaiser, please? Page of Rings or Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Three of Cups. I feel like I need to see you and have a conversation and have a better understanding of how you feel emotionally and how I feel. This is positive. What about intentions from Erica for Kaiser, please? Well, this is a little less exciting. We have Lovers in the reverse and the Moon in the reverse. I don't like seeing the Moon in the reverse because those are questionable intentions. Why do we have these cards here? Six of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Nine of Swords in the reverse. There are not very many positive interpretations of the Moon in the reverse, like latent abilities or acknowledging that you have skills late in the game. That could be it, because we have someone who is, like Erica is discovering how to be more emotionally vulnerable. But for the Lovers to be in the reverse, that makes me nervous. Like, this could be an indicator that Erica worries that like maybe love will never actually happen for me, or will always be a little bit off the mark. But then we have the Six of Swords and the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So maybe we have a correction here. Maybe I've made this assumption that love would never work out for me. Maybe I've had not the best of role models in terms of people teaching me how to approach romance, but now I'm finding my way. So initially you might have some, bumps in the road, But I do feel like Erica is learning how to approach things differently and not leverage manipulative tactics that may have been taught to her when she was younger. So outcome. Okay, Page of Wands. I like that. Good news. I'm not going to repeat the mistakes of the people before. I'm not going to do things the way my mom did or my dad did or my grandparents did. I'm turning over a new leaf, or I'm willing to be more vulnerable than what people were when I was learning about love. Okay, good. I love that for you guys. I hope things go well for you. Hello, how's it going, Rebecca? Happy Friday. Let's see what we have for Cool Girl. This is the Spanish Tarot. Will Cool Girl get promoted this year? Will Cool Girl get promoted this year? Let me add this real quick. Thank you, Alex. Let me know what your question is. Will Cool Girl get promoted this year? There's someone standing in your way, saying things about you to try to make it seem like you don't know what you're doing. And if you find a way to deal with that, it could even be how you talk about yourself, then it opens up for promotion. So there's a balance, right? So I'm from Minnesota originally. I'm like 50% Norwegian, and y'all can like disagree if you want, but I do feel like people with that kind of a background have a tendency to kind of like not promote their wins, or like, yeah, I did this, but it could have been better. Like anytime my mom cooks something, she's gonna find something that she should have done better instead of saying, that's tasty, that's really good, I did that, I made that and it's delicious. She'll be like, yeah, I probably could have salted it a little bit more, or, you know, I wish the potatoes were a little bit crispier. It's like, shush your face, it's delicious. Can we just appreciate that it's delicious? So maybe you need a little bit more of the positivity around what you have accomplished, right? Okay. I'm so sorry that that happened to you, LX. Wow, that's awful. What should I do? If you all can send healing energy towards LX, I very much so appreciate that. You shouldn't have to put up with that at all. Yeah, I've got that written down for you. No bueno. I'm sending you healing energy, and I've got that added, Alex. Hello, Nayla. Happy Friday. What's coming for me? General guidance. I've added that. Thank you, Nayla. Anything else for Cool Girl regarding the promotion, please? Six of Pentacles in the reverse and the Five of Cups in the reverse. So I'm seeing a situation where someone else is not doing their work, or someone like calls in sick or isn't able to, you know, do the heavy lifting that they need to. You pick up the slack. Does your boss know about this? Does the, you know, HR team know about this? There could be some things that you are doing to benefit the team or the company that the decision makers don't know about. So it's not necessarily that you need to like make a whole PowerPoint about, this is how awesome I am, this is what I do to make your business better, and I think you need to know that. But I do feel like you need to make sure you know what the market rate is for someone in your title, and I do think you need to make sure that the people above you are aware of everything that you contribute, and finding a way to communicate that in a non-braggy way can be a little bit intimidating, but you could frame it as, you know, I've really enjoyed doing some of the additional tasks that fall outside of my job description, such as feeding you grapes. That's not actually what you're doing, but it's a funny one. And I would like to feed you more grapes. I fed you green grapes. Now maybe I could feed you some red grapes. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm letting you know I've done something that's outside of my job description. I like that side of the business, or I like being able to contribute in that way. Is there something else like that I could do? Let me know how I could be helpful, right? This is going to expedite your promotion because I feel like there's someone here who doesn't know everything that you do. I'm glad you have a recording, Alex. Hello, Raziel. Yeah, straight to jail. Like, that's violence, you know? It's not even just like commenting on your butt. That's assault. Hello, Sophia. Happy Friday. Thank you, Rebecca. Let me add that for you. Of course. I've added that. I hope things go well for you, Raziel. It's a tough market, but I believe in you. Hello, William. Happy Friday. Thank you for the tip. When will I meet my future partner? And what is she like? I've added that for you. Thank you, William. Cool girl, I'm wishing you abundance and luck as you pursue that promotion. I believe in you. Let's see what we've got for Sapphire. It really is, Rachel. Hello, Dina. How are we doing today? You're welcome, cool girl. Dana, I hope your little brother gets his act together. I really do. Okay, so for Sapphire, what is the advice that Sapphire needs over the next 3 months, please? Over the next 3 months, what does Sapphire need to know, please? King of Cups, Queen of Cups in the reverse, Four of Wands, Six of Wands in the reverse. So it feels to me like you have lapped someone. The easiest way for me to describe this would be to say, like, you have an older sibling, or you have a parent who has seen you do better than they did. Now, let me tell you something. If I were a parent and my child was better at life than me, then I feel like I did right by my child, right? Like, I taught you the things that I didn't learn until I was like, you know, real old, and you figured it out when you were 18. That's awesome. I did my job. But this is someone who's looking at you and they're like competitive with you and they're frustrated. I feel like this would be over the next 4 weeks. But there's someone here who loves you, somebody who wants to see you well, but there's a moment where you're like, I'm sorry, I thought you wanted to see me do well, and now you're mad because, like, what? I have more education than you, or I'm making more money than you, or, you know, you never had a happy relationship and now I'm in a happy relationship. There's something here that you are able to achieve, Four of Wands, that this person, probably in your family, was not able to be successful in. You did your job, or you were a good example, or, like, if you can't be an example, at least be a warning. Like, you've helped me. I've been able to find a better path. Shouldn't you be happy for me? So just be cautious. Don't take it personally if somebody is not able to just be happy for you, being able to avoid some pitfalls that they may have gotten stuck in for like years. but I feel like there's someone here who normally is loving and caring or wants to see you do well, who shows a little bit of a sharp side or a rough side because you're doing something better that I was never able to make happen. It's just a little bit of envy or just a little bit of like emotional roughness for them. And what else does Sapphire need to know, please? Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Ten of Pentacles. I see in more like 2 months from now or within the next 8 weeks, there is a need for you to be cautious with money. And this is leading up to money getting better. So it's like things are going to be a little bit tight or a little bit frustrating financially for the next several weeks. But if I can make it through that, then, you know, I don't have to pay my car payment anymore. Or like my monthly expenses are reduced. Maybe I pay off my cell phone, or maybe I pay off that loan. But once you get through to that like 8-week mark, then there's either a windfall of money or a shift, maybe even a promotion. There's like an easement. Like it's like, oh, okay, I don't have to be as worried now. I've paid back my loan, or I've got more money coming in. Things are easier. So be cautious with your monies over the next 8 weeks. And then I feel like you hit that 9th week and you're like, oh, okay, I can breathe a little bit more. Everything's better. Hello, how's it going, James? Hello, don't even trip. It looks like Rachel's answered your question, but yes, if you would like me to pull some cards on your behalf, feel free to put a question or a request. It could just even be pull some cards, see what comes out in a super chat, and I will add you to the list. Anything else for Sapphire, please? And James, I hope you have some fun weekend plans. We have the Three of Wands and Strength. Month 3 is going to be delightful for you, Sapphire, in part because the financial thing is easier, but also just because you've learned so much and things are improving. So I love that Strength card for you because it's like you overcome some difficulty and, you know, maybe you have this gigantic like dire wolf pet or a lion. You are taming something that is wild and you're reaching a goal or a milestone that may have at one time felt impossible to reach. But you are, can I say BAMF and you know what I mean? You are amazing. So something happens for you because it's supposed to. Hello, too. Happy Friday. How we doing? I hope you have some fun plans for the weekend. You were commenting on my new space. I just want to make sure you know. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's see what we have for Dana. And good luck to you, Sapphire. Dana, we're going to use the Romani Tarot for you. What does Dana need to know, please? What advice do we have from Spirit? What does Dana need to know? Two of Cups in the reverse, the Hermit, and the Stars in the reverse. Is this Dana's relationships? Let me clarify. Is this pertaining to Dana's romantic connection? No. Okay, so family. This has more to do with some sort of like transactional connection. So it would be like a work colleague or maybe even like a neighbor. But there's someone here who's looking up information about you. Why do they want to know information about Dana? This is someone who wants to cause problems for you. Like, I've held a grudge for a long time, but I haven't acted on anything. But then I see a moment of opportunity and I'm like, bet, okay, what's her address? I'm going to send this. Or I'm going to like take a moment and like take something because you're looking the other way. So be on guard. Is this in the next like 2 weeks? Yes. This is someone who's just kind of like sitting there and watching you. But they feel like there's a moment. Maybe you like leave your wallet in your car when you go pay for gas. Maybe you leave an expensive watch on the front porch. I don't know. But there's someone here who's just kind of like watching and trying to figure out information about you because they feel like it would benefit them. Hello, Dilly. How are you doing? Like, if I wait for the right moment, then I can get the information that I want, or I can get something from you that I want. Lock your doors, hide your kids, hide your wives. Maybe it's just about information, but it could be about an item or like straight up cash, right? But this is someone who feels like they find an opportune moment to get what they want because you're distracted and looking elsewhere. So keep your phone locked, keep your car locked, keep your front door locked, whatever it is. There's someone here who's like, I'm going to find the right moment. I'm going to get what I want, but you can prevent it. It's completely preventable. All right, Dana, I'm sending you protective energy. You got this. Did I miss someone? No, I think I said hello to everyone. Yeah, it's probably the neighbor. So just be cautious. Make sure you don't leave anything of value out in the open or any like fence unlocked type thing. Okay, so we've got Travis up next. Is Travis or is Travis not open for receiving? I like to answer with yes or no. So is Travis open for receiving? Is Travis open for receiving? Yes. You are. And you have very strong manifestation powers right now with that Queen of Wands coming through for you and the Queen of Coins. So you are able to receive and you are able to manifest. So please be using that to your advantage. I see there being an unexpected leveling up for you, whether that's promotion or, you know, a bank error in your favor, like Monopoly used to say. Well, I suppose they still do. But this is like making right a situation where you may have felt betrayed. So like someone doesn't pay you what they owe you, this money is coming to you in a different way. There's good karma that was somehow prevented from reaching you, and now it's going to find you. But I need you to be keenly aware of your ability to manifest right now, because it's like you can like level it up or get more of it, right? I hope your meetings go well too. Happy Friday. I can't help it, Raziel. I have to quote a movie, and if y'all know what movie it is, awesome. You get points. I would have liked to have seen Montana. I don't think I could do justice to his voice, but yeah. Anything else that Travis needs to know, please? Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups in the reverse. There is someone around you, Travis, that is able to kind of like minimize or block your manifestation powers or the good karma coming to you. I feel like you would know who this person is. This is somebody who makes things difficult. They probably have a little bit of a negative perception of things. I need you to spend a little bit less time thinking about this person or being around this person, because you're about to walk through this door and get what you want, and it's like they're there to distract you. Like, I don't have time for that right now, but I hope you have a great rest of your day. So focus your energy on this manifestation, and you will get what you are supposed to have gotten a while back. All right, let's see what we have for LX. First of all, sending you healing energy and protective energy. You shouldn't have to deal with that at all. But what is the advice for LX? What should LX do after being hit at work? King of Cups in the reverse, King of Swords. This is someone who's just plain violent in general. They were never really taught how to approach things in a more diplomatic way. So I do feel like this person could have a record or could have already had experiences that were documented at work. But you do have what you need to be able to file a report. So is this saying to go to the police? Yes, go to the police. And let your boss know. Hey, I'm going to have to file a police report. Here's what happened. I'm not really sure how this person felt that this was justified, but this is what I'm going to have to do. Wow. Ooh, okay. So we have 777. Sevens are about protection. You have protective energy around you. But anybody out there in the live chat, if you're able to send protective energy towards LX, I very much appreciate you. But we've got 777 here. And I do feel like it's important for you to put forth the effort at work that you feel is appropriate, considering that you had to deal with this issue. Do you need to maybe call out? Do you need to go into the doctors? Do you need to get assessed? Do you need to get a report that includes what you're, like the pictures of what's going on? Yes, you probably do. So make sure you're taking time for yourself. And again, 7 is an important number. That's also the number of Chariot, or the Chariot, which would be a reference to the police. So I do feel like you are meant to go file a report on this. Hello, Kaiser. I'm sorry you lost connection. Yes, I have done 1, 2, 3, 4 readings in between your reading and the current one I'm on. So if I were you, I would rewind approximately like 10 to 15 minutes. But you were the 3rd one on my list, and I am currently on the 8th person. So healing to you, LX. Make sure that you've got documentation. And I would file a report. This person has a history of violence. They may end up getting fired, and they probably deserve that. If I assaulted someone that I work with, I would expect consequences, period. Yes. Thank you, everyone, for sending protective energy towards LX. I appreciate you. And LX, I will be keeping you in my prayers. All right, so make sure you talk to your boss too, okay? Let's see what we've got for Nayla. This is the Native American Tarot. What is coming for Nayla, and what guidance is there for Nayla, please? We have the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse, the 10 of Cups or 10 of Vessels, the Tower, and the Moon in the reverse. One of these things just doesn't belong. So this is like a group project where 4 of the 5 people in the group are doing their work, and the 5th one is just kind of like along for the ride. Like, hey, thanks guys, it's so nice of you to do all the work. You know? So nice of you to make everything happen so that I could just like sit here. Hey, thanks for paying for the Airbnb. I'll hit you up in like a year or something with my portion. There's someone here who does not plan on doing their part, who just wants everyone else to make things happen for them. This could be at work, this could be in a family situation, this could be in a group like friends, right? King of Cups in the reverse, the Sun in the reverse. I feel like for the most part, they've done a good job of hiding their intentions or pretending to be a better person than they actually are. But maybe you have a chance to avoid this outcome altogether by requiring people, you know, pay their portion up front. I remember in high school, I rented or paid for, I don't remember, the limo for going to prom. And it was my first experience of paying for something for a group of people and then having to like chase people down to get their contribution for it. And I wish I hadn't been the person to do that. So this is saying, like, do you have a way to approach things differently from the beginning? Because someone here is like, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to pay my fault or my portion. Maybe I don't want to like do my part of the work. Maybe I'll just let you do everything, and then if we win, we win. Maybe you have a group project for, you know, school or work, and the boss is asking, like, did everybody contribute equally? Nope. They didn't. It's not fun to throw somebody under the bus, but it's also not fun to do someone else's work, right? So we have someone here who's planning on not doing their part, but they want to be able to, like, get the good things from that. It could be like friends paying their way, or if you have like a group dinner, one person expects everyone else to wait on them, like make the food and clean up, that kind of thing. So there is someone here who doesn't want to do their portion. That's hilarious, Rachel. Hello, Louise. How are you doing? So we have the Ace of Wands in the reverse. Three of Wands. Or sorry, the Three of Swords and the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. So you have an ability to like sidestep this or call this out when it's happening or when it's about to happen. You could plan things differently or you could keep track of things, but there's someone here who doesn't want to do their part. So be cautious of that. You can communicate about it or have some sort of upfront cost, right? Like, hey, if we're doing this, then I expect you to pay me by this time or you don't get to be a part of it. All right, let's see what we've got for Rebecca. This is the Tarot of the Nile. I hope things go well for you, Louise. Congratulations. What do we have for Rebecca, please? What does Rebecca need to know? What does Rebecca need to know? We have the Tower in the reverse. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Nine of Wands. And the Lovers. There's someone here who has been a little bit clingy or obsessive in your romantic past. And this person, when you broke up, they kept like fixating on you or like wanting to look at you on social media or talk to you about other people. This is someone who is like meeting someone new. I don't feel like you want to be with this person. I feel like you've let go of their energy and they are finally letting go of your energy. And it helps you to feel like things are shifting for you romantically. So even if this is, you know, your very first relationship, they could have been blocking things for you. That air is like fresh now because they've let go. So you may notice a positive change in your romantic life because this person is no longer obsessing over you or trying to block you from finding new love. They're fixated elsewhere or they're moving on. So we have Two of Wands and the Knight of Swords. You're going to feel new energy and you're going to feel like somebody else pursuing you or you feel like you're ready for something new. And it's a lot of it is attributed to this person letting go. This negative energy that has been very fixated on you, letting go is allowing you to move forward. Oh, I'm sorry you dealt with that, Rebecca. What else do we have for Rebecca, please? So this is someone who was stubborn or unwilling to change their ways. They kept expecting that you would come back to them, but now you're going to feel a sense of freedom, like you're able to move about the cabin, like they say on a plane. This is somebody who's no longer sending negative energy your way, and this negative energy in the past has blocked you from a happy long-term relationship. So you're gonna feel like you're able to love someone else because this person's no longer obsessed with you. It's a win. They're accepting the fact that you're moving forward. So I feel like there's going to be a new relationship or a new love in your life, and it won't feel so heavy or so complex for you to be able to fall in love or be with someone new. So you may feel a shift in energy that's positive, and it's because this person is no longer fixated on figuring out what's going on in your life and trying to control it. So you're free. I love that. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Kaiser. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And you deserve it, Rebecca. Exactly. I hope it goes well for you, Louise. All right, let's see what we have for William. When will William meet his future partner, please? So we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Lovers in the reverse. There's something here that is blocking your love department here. Someone who is trying to make it difficult for you to move on or to find love. But this is changing for you. I'm seeing the number 3. We have the Knight of Swords and a Seven of Wands. There's protective energy it's like a cord cutting that's happening, and removing this block. And once this is removed, then new love comes through for you. You may need to forgive someone from your past, or you may need to do a cord cutting or release them. I release you, Patty, I release you, Patty, I release you, Patty. There's something here that you do. The number 3 could be really important, but it helps you to move towards this new chapter, and then you meet your future partner. So is this more of like action-based versus amount of time? Yes. When you do this release and you let go of this person from your past, you allow for the new person to come through. So it's not like guaranteed in 3 weeks or in 3 months. It's dependent upon when you do this thing that releases that person from your past. When you do that, there is a new chapter that begins with the World, and you draw in this Queen of Pentacles, someone who will be your future partner. This is somebody who's very loyal, very principled, and also quite independent. They are not the type to have a roster. They're very focused on the long-term relationship, but also quite selective. They don't jump from relationship to relationship. This is someone who's successful, determined, open-minded, but others may see this person as kind of aloof or to themselves because they keep a small inner circle. Some people just like see them as kind of mysterious, but this is a Queen of Cups, somebody who's very loving and emotionally mature. There's a decent chance this person has Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius featured prominently in their chart. And I feel like you will have incredible conversations with this person, and you may have some sense of loss in common. But you will meet this person after you release the previous person. Hello, Stephen. I hope you're having a good day. My apologies. You're catching me at the very end of the reading, so feel free to rewind before I sign off. But thank you, everyone, for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for being you. Thank you for sending such nice energy towards others in the live chat. That means a lot to me. And thank you for hyping if you're able to. I will see you on the next reading.